And he is, of course, playing from WCG Ukraine, so his internet problems have been quite dire. I'm hoping that that now doesn't happen for him. That would really, really suck. Whatever the case, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and I bring you from the Ukraine
DDE Sports White Raw.
He's in the yellow trunks and he is playing Protoss to the southwest versus his opponent, the #2 champion from SHOUTcraft Invitational #2. He placed second only to Zoke, who he may very well end up facing again in these finals. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you
6jax DDE.
He is in the red trunks and he is playing Terran to the southeast.
Wonder if anybody told DDE yesterday my words of advice to play 20 hours straight, ready for a White Raw. A little bit of practice before having to place him, because it's going to be difficult, for sure. I mean, White Raw is a fantastic player, very defensive, and he's absolutely got the best anti-multitasking skills there are, because that's how Terran players like to play against Protoss players, and White Raw is always up to the task.
Warp Prism, Warp Prism, Warp Prism. And this is quite the map for it as well. And they're in a good position by the looks of it for some Warp Prism harassment right here.
Indeed. And White Raw's going to go for a Nexus first. Brave. It is a macro map, so he's probably expecting DDE to do similar build. When you, as a Terran player, go for this kind of build, you can basically, you have two options. You can continue with it when you place a command center down, or you can be like, oh, if you scout early, you can be, oh, cancel, build 3 more barracks, and then go for a select style all-in with Marines and SCVs.
Yep.
And depending on if he scouts first or second, that is an option for him. But to be honest, I don't think DDE is really like that, so I think he's just going to stick with this and try to push his economy nice and solid for the mid-game.
Yep, looks like he's getting a tad unlucky right here with scouting. Going in this direction, the exact opposite of where he needs to be. He's being drawn away by the sneaky little probe right here. It's up to no good, no doubt.
Indeed, and he will scout very, very late, to be honest. Now, I mean, big map, 4-player map, going to be a long time till he gets that scanning information. Though I suspect he will just stick to the same build, throw down 1 or 2 more barracks behind this, and then go for these refineries as well.
Yep. White Raw's going pretty late on the scout as well, for obvious reasons. So we'll see whether or not DDE decides to go all the way up to the top here. Looks like he's not going to do that.
Yeah, the problem for White Raw, though, is he doesn't know it's command center, because his probe's not, well, shouldn't get in, especially with the second Marine behind.
Definitely not.
You know, this could still be like Cloak Banshees for all that White Raw knows, so he's definitely going to have to be thinking about throwing down a robotics facility rather soon, as he needs to know what's going on here, needs to get that observer out.
Yep, and DDE is scouting the wrong location right there. White Raw had an opportunity to lock this down, but he is going for the Zealot, and of course the Cyber Core is very much delayed as a result of going Nexus first. So it is a possibility that DDE gets in and gets a little bit of scouting information.
Yeah, he definitely will get in here. I mean, the Zealot's never going to stop this SCV from not going in. So you will be able to go in, see that it is Nexus, see the timing on everything, and pretty much get all the information needed. And White Raw's been chronoboosting the Nexus so much. You can see the differences, 24 probes versus 19 SCVs already here. But obviously these, well, the double orbital command about to come into effect very, very shortly here to get back up. And there's 3 barracks behind this for DDE here. Pretty standard for him. We'll want to be throwing that factory down very, very shortly here as well.
Oh, yes, and there we go. He's being a little bit cautious right here. That's interesting, because he's actually not going to get in now. The Stalkers are there. I have to wonder why he delayed. Maybe he thinks there's a Stalker there already.
Yeah, I mean, you can be, he scouted so late. It's at 5 minutes 30.
Yeah.
So you kind of expecting a Stalker to be there. You're also expecting a Stalker to move out like that as well. And very, very smart here.
However, there is another Stalker on the way, and it is going to be able to deny that scout, so he cannot confirm Nexus first or anything along those lines here. But spotting the timing and looking at things like that, he's got to suspect it.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely knows. The robotics facility thrown down now at 6 minutes, that's when it finishes, when the Immortal's popping out and so on, if it was on one base rather than second Nexus. So he knows what's going on, basically. Doesn't need to have a second bunker. Can even salvage the first one, to be honest. Meanwhile, he's getting concussive shells now. He's added on the second refinery. I'm surprised he hasn't started. Okay, I was going to say, I'm surprised he hasn't started the factory yet. A little bit late there with that. But it's okay. It's only 30 gas late, which is 10 seconds, 5 seconds or so. And meanwhile, we are seeing more gateways being added on here for White Raw, going to a total of 4. And the 5th one goes down as well here. So, bit of gateways. Units are going to be pumping out now. And the way White Raw plays, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get a 3rd base anytime soon.
Yeah, this whole 5 gateway thing is being quite common in this tournament. Soke's been doing it an awful lot. White Raw has done it a little. He's also a fan of 6 and 7 gate. Pressure from that. We'll see how that one turns out. And in comes a little expeditionary force right there. Force field has been placed down, so it's not getting in there anytime soon.
No, it is not. And the engineering base is just about to finish as well. Perfect timing on that to kind of nullify any DT harassment, can get upgrades going as well. And just a load of poke and pressure here. We'll just get trapped though with these with that